Imagine standing over 150 feet in the air, balancing on a narrow branch, while 50,000 giant forest bees swarm inches from your eyes. We aren't using high-tech safety gear or heavy harnesses, just simple tools, a lot of patience, and a deep respect for these wild creatures. Today, we're embarking on a challenging climb to gather pure wild honey from the jungle canopy. It's a delicate process where every single step matters. Let's see if we can get down safely. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I'm taking you deep into the heart of the tropical rainforests of Southeast Asia. What you're seeing right now is just a glimpse of the swarm we'll be facing today. Thousands of giant Asian honeybees, Apis dorsata. Now, let's talk gear. Many people ask why we don't wear those thick, high-tech white beekeeping suits you see in the US. The truth is, in this intense tropical heat and humidity, those heavy suits would cause us to overheat and lose our stamina within minutes. Instead, we adapt with makeshift, lightweight gear. I'm putting on a thick red hoodie. To protect my face, we've sewn a sturdy metal mesh visor directly into the hood. It's not fancy, and it certainly doesn't look like professional safety gear, but it gives me just enough protection while keeping me cool enough to breathe and move. Next are the hands. Today, I'm layering my gloves. I start with a pair of tight-fitting black fabric gloves for a solid grip on the tree bark, and then I pull on these long, pink industrial rubber gloves over them. Why pink? Well, they're cheap, waterproof, and thick enough to stop a bee's stinger from reaching my skin while I'm handling the sticky honeycomb. Around my waist, I secure my canvas backpack. Inside, I have a few simple items: a long, curved carving knife, heavy-duty plastic bags to hold the honey, and some climbing ropes. We don't use complex harness systems or heavy metal ascenders because they are too bulky to carry up the narrow branches. Out here, we rely on traditional methods passed down through generations. Looking down, the forest floor is already starting to fade into a blur of green. The height is dizzying, and the wind begins to pick up. Up here, you realize how small you are compared to these ancient trees. Your heart is pounding, not just from the physical exertion of hauling your body weight up a vertical trunk, but from the sheer adrenaline of being so high up. You have to keep your breathing steady. Finally, I reach the main horizontal limbs. I can stand up now, but balancing on a wet, mossy branch over 100 feet in the air is a challenge of its own. I slowly walk along the limb, using smaller branches to stabilize myself. And then you hear it. Before you even see them, you hear the hum. It's a deep, vibrating drone that resonates in your chest. Thousands of giant honeybees are swarming around this section of the tree. They are highly protective of their home, and they can sense my presence from my footsteps vibrating through the wood. There it is. Hanging under the branch is a massive, crescent-shaped wild honeycomb. It's easily 3 to 4 feet wide. This is the nest of Apis dorsata. Unlike European honeybees that nest inside hollow trees, these giant bees build single, exposed combs directly underneath sturdy branches. The sheer size of the colony is humbling. There are easily 50,000 bees covering that comb right now, acting as a living blanket to protect their brood and their liquid gold. As I get closer, the bees start to swarm around my head. They bounce off my metal mesh visor. The sound of them hitting the mesh is like heavy rain on a tin roof. I have to remain completely calm. If I make sudden, aggressive movements, they will release alarm pheromones, and the entire colony will attack. I slowly move my hand toward the nest. The bees are thick on the comb, forming a defensive barrier. Gently, with my pink rubber gloves, I begin to sweep them away. You have to be incredibly soft with your touch. If you squash a single bee, the scent of its alarm pheromone will trigger a massive defensive reaction. I brush them aside, exposing the beautiful, pale yellow wax underneath. Look at how they cling to each other, forming a living curtain over the comb. It is a beautiful display of nature's organization. With the outer layer of bees gently cleared, I can see the structure of the comb. The upper section closest to the branch is swollen and thick. That is the honey dome, the storage area where they keep the concentrated nectar. The lower, darker part of the comb contains the brood, where the young larvae are developing. In our practice, we have a strict rule. We try our best to never harvest the brood. We want this colony to survive, rebuild, and continue to thrive in this forest. We only harvest the honey dome. Now, I pull out my curved harvesting knife. I need to make a clean, precise cut. If I slice too low, I will destroy the brood. If I cut too close to the branch, the honey will run down the bark and be wasted. The bees are buzzing fiercely around my hands now. I reach into my canvas backpack and pull out a clean, heavy-duty plastic bag. It's challenging to open the bag with these thick gloves while balancing on a branch, but patience is key. I prepare the bag to catch the honeycomb. The swarming bees are everywhere now, on my arms, my chest, and all over the camera lens. It's hard to see, but I know this comb well. I've done this before, and the muscle memory guides my hands. The cut begins. I slowly slice the knife through the golden wax. Immediately, the rich, aromatic scent of fresh wild forest honey fills the air. It's a sweet, herbal aroma, completely different from any store-bought honey you've ever tasted. As the knife slides through, golden liquid begins to ooze out, glistening in the filtered sunlight. I carefully support the weight of the honeycomb chunk with my left hand. A piece of this size can easily weigh 10 to 15 pounds. And if it falls, all of our hard work is gone. The bees are in a frenzy now, realizing their honey store is being opened. They cover my gloves, but they can't get through. I keep cutting, slowly guiding the heavy, honey-filled dome into the plastic bag. There it is. The first major chunk of the honey dome is safely inside the bag. Look at that gorgeous, deep golden color. This is pure, raw, unfiltered forest honey, packed with nutrients and the essence of wildflower blossoms from the canopy. I tie the plastic bag securely to prevent any leakage. This bag is heavy, and I still have to climb down with it, so every knot has to be secure. I decide to take one more small section of the honey dome that is overflowing with liquid gold, leaving the rest of the comb and the entire brood intact for the bees. Now comes the delicate task of packing everything away. I have to put this heavy, sticky bag of honey into my canvas backpack while still balancing on the high branch. My fingers are sticky, and the bees are still swarming the backpack. I move slowly, ensuring the bag is placed flat so the weight is evenly distributed. I pull the drawstring of the backpack tight and secure the metal buckles. Having a heavy, shifting weight on your back makes the descent much more dangerous, so the pack must be snug against my body. I take a deep breath. The harvest was successful, but the journey is only half over. Getting down safely is just as important as getting up. I begin my way back along the horizontal branch. My legs are tired, and the added weight of the honey pulls at my shoulders. I have to move with extreme caution. I reach the main trunk where our peg ladder begins. Going down is often more mentally taxing than going up because you cannot easily see where you are placing your feet. I slowly lower my foot, searching for the first steel peg. My toe finds the metal, and I slowly transfer my weight onto it, keeping my hands firmly gripped on the pegs above. The bees are slowly starting to disperse, heading back to their damaged comb to begin repairs. But a few are still following me, angry about the intrusion. Step by step, I descend the giant trunk. My partner on the ground watches closely, ready to assist if needed. Every muscle in my body is fatigued, but we are almost there. I reach the lower section of the trunk, where the massive buttress roots flare out. And finally, my feet touch the solid ground. The relief is indescribable. I take off my heavy backpack and gently place it on the forest floor. We managed to complete the harvest safely, and we respected the hive space. We have enough wild, pure honey to share with our families and our community, and the bees are left with their home intact to rebuild. Thank you so much for joining me on this wild adventure today. If you enjoyed this journey into the jungle canopy, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Until next time, stay safe and respect the wild.